I've got a lot of more questions here, but I think we're kind of getting over time.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if anyone has any questions that they want to pop in the chat before we close this, or if you have something else to say. Farah said, please do think about doing a workshop or appointments for orientation on your method.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think you mentioned that, right? Like we could have like a live or something where we go through some of the methods. But you know what I would also say is some of the methods that I mentioned. You know, I just want to say this as well. This is just a toolkit that I'm giving you, right? There are other exercises out there as well that you can actually go and find on YouTube, you know, in terms of calming the vagus nerve. These are the specific ones that I used, but there's a whole variety of kind of stuff out there on the internet. So, you know, don't be just focused on my stuff. If you feel like you can find some other stuff on the internet, then, you know, go ahead and try that as well.
Yeah, and did you ever feel lightheaded or dizzy? Is it still okay to exercise?
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, lightheaded, dizzy, I would feel like I was rocking on a boat all the time. That's how I kind of would describe it, which is kind of normal because imagine your ears and your eyes are kind of what keep you in balance. Okay, so it's part of your system that kind of keeps everything in balance. So yeah, I mean, I had all those things, but again, as soon as I started calming my nervous system down, they started to go away. What I would advise is if you're feeling dizzy and imbalanced, right, the brain retraining comes in really well there. What I would do is when I was feeling kind of off balance, I would literally visualize myself like taking a walk and being confident and being strong in my body. That was a very good visualization I constantly did over and over and over again, and that would help me.
And then just one more question. They're saying you mentioned that our nervous systems are overstressed. Is heavy exercise such as lifting weights will add, well, sorry, my English is going full, will add stress to the nervous system?
No, I mean, I think like anything in moderation, right? You know, what I would say is your stuff, you know, the yoga that you do, the exercises that are best for the nervous system are kind of slow, deliberate movements. So the type of, I mean, I don't know if you've got some trauma-informed yoga that you could maybe share with the guys. Like, I think that would be really helpful. I was doing very slow. I used to weightlift a little bit, but, you know, everything in kind of moderation. I think it's not good to be doing like marathons, you know, when your nervous system is shot. You know, you don't want to put your body under intense stress. You know, start with slow practices. Tai Chi is fantastic for calming the nervous system. It's amazing. And then slow restorative yoga practices, because when you're working with a nervous system, everything is very slow and less is better a lot of the time. So just small changes that you make can have the biggest impact on your nervous system. So, you know, I would probably go for more kind of slow restorative processes.
Yeah. And then one last thing, HPPD. That's, I guess.
Yeah, so I went down the HPPD route for about 4 months as well. I think I went down every route possible. Like, as I said, I had a very scientific, analytic brain, and I just thought there has to be a reason for all this. So HPPD is just the same thing. And, you know, people in those groups, I actually spoke to a guy, Ben Lewis, who is the founder of similar to VSI, but he's a founder of the HPPD organization. I think they're trying to raise money for research and stuff. And he called me a few weeks back, lovely guy. I've been suffering for a long period of time. And he really believed a lot of what I had to say. And he is now trying stuff on the protocol, and he's been managing those HPPD groups for about the last, I don't know, 15 years. I remember when it was HPPD online as well. So I was going on there with David Cousin and a few other guys who were doing. Henry Abraham, I think, was one of the professors who'd done a lot of research in this. So, you know, again, when it comes to research, right, a lot of the stuff that we're seeing now, you know, and I don't really want to hit on doctors because I don't want to get that into the head that, you know, I'm very anti-doctor and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, one person a doctor told me once that when he graduated, what they told him at university is 50% of the stuff that you learn at university will be irrelevant by the time you come out. So if you think about it that way, right, we are learning new stuff. There's new stuff that's being published now. And by the time that gets into your GP's practice or your doctor's practice, it's going to be 15 years on, and we will have learned something else. So think about it like that. And I think HPPD is kind of like, it's still stuck in that old thing where they want to give it a label and they want to give it a name, but it's the same thing. I had the same symptoms as anybody in those HPPD groups, the same stuff as the visual snow groups. I would have things moving left and right, all sorts of kind of hallucinations. So you could say I suffered from HPPD, but honestly, once I started giving these labels up and I started just to say, look, this is just my nervous system that's out of balance, that's when things started to change. So yeah.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a nice talk.
Yeah.
If maybe we can do another one of these.
Yeah, I mean, it's down to you, down to the community. I mean, I'm happy to do this kind of like bi-weekly. You know, more people that join have questions. I'm kind of happy to answer them. And as I said, like on my channel, please subscribe because I have a lot of good stuff out there, and I'm putting everything out there. I'm not kind of hiding stuff. I'm just trying to put all the stuff that I've learned out there, and I'll be having some really cool stuff happening. I'll be inviting some kind of doctors on to kind of discuss these kind of theories and these concepts, as well as some influences in the space of neuroplasticity. And I hope we can have these regular chats as well. And I'm hoping you're going to do some yoga sessions for the community as well, trauma-based yoga, because I really think yoga is like, if you're going to do something, yoga is one of the best things you can do, not just for this, but just for your general health. It really is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, definitely something that's going to come up.
Yeah, cool.
Well, have a great day, night, wherever you are, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Stay strong. Take care. Bye-bye.